motion. Get ready for explosion, we rollin'.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we're going to be reviewing a pre-workout called EXP2 pre-workout by Project X. It's promising high stim, superior pump, increased energy, and it even says around the top here, warning, extremely high stim, seriously, don't use without assessing tolerance. Well, as you guys know, we're going to go straight in without assessing tolerance because we have been around the pre-workout block, and we're going to be covering the taste, the price, the label and the effects, and working out if it's going to be your next high stimulant pre-workout. And if you're new here and you find the video useful, hit the like button, hit the sub button, hit the bell icon, because we upload about 3 reviews a week. But let's get into this one. And we're into taste and mixability, and the flavour we've got the pleasure of trying is Drum Lolly, which looks very much like a drumstick. So will it taste like one? That's what we're going to find out. So the serving amount is 12 grams. So we've whacked that in, given that a stir, let it settle for a minute or two. And there's some little bits at the bottom, but doesn't look any worse than normal. You know, you give it a little swivel, sip it as you go. Normally disappears by the time you get to the bottom, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. There's not really any nastiness to it, no chemical undertones that I'm noticing. And there is a drumstick element to it, but not perhaps as accurately as you might hope. But you can tell it's there. Let's give it another sip and then I'll give you a score. It's quite unique tasting. Yeah, it is good. It's like a nice sweet flavour. Can't really moan about it, you know. Not many of us care about the flavourings as much, especially when it concerns the highest in pre's. So as long as they're not offensive, it's generally alright. And I'd be happy to give this an 8 out of 10, like it's genuinely solid. Let's move into price. Okay, so where are you going to go to pick up this pre-workout if you like the sound of this review? Well, firstly, we want to thank Shapeshifter Nutrition for sending it down. So obviously you head over to their official website shown down below, shapeshifternutrition.co.uk, where you can find this 30 serving tub on there for £34.99. And when you break that down into the servings, it's only £1.16 a go. So we're on to a bit of a winner here, because when you put that on our consistent price scale, it comes in at a 7.5 out of 10, where we consider a 5 out of 10 to be a bang average price pre-workout. So it's priced substantially better than your typical pre-workout on the market of today. Will it be that much better than your average pre-workout based on the real world effects? Let's get into the label first though. Okay, let's get through this label together. So we've got ourselves 12 grams. It's got the composition information matrix, not seen that before. Citrulline malate 2:1, 6 grams. So obviously we're going to be getting 4 grams of pure citrulline, which is enough to move the needle in terms of increasing your nitric oxide production, increasing blood flow, nutrient delivery and pumps. Like to see it, we're off to a good start. Then we've got beta-alanine at 3.2 grams, again the amount we look for, an amino acid that's going to help with endurance when it builds up in your system and you reach that saturation point, but it also gives you that itchy tingly sensation when the pre-workout kicks in, which is what we and many others enjoy. So let's see how it comes together in this one. And then we've got one that I don't recall seeing before called WATSUP, which is a trademarked version of citrus sinensis extract at 500 milligrams, which helps with digestion, also has anti-stress, anti-anxiety type benefits, all around health type ingredient. And then we've got caffeine anhydrous, 350 milligrams, which is probably around about the typical amount you see in pre's these days, about 3.5 cups worth of coffee, couple energy drinks worth of caffeine, so you're definitely going to feel it. It's that main stimulant in any pre-workout. It's going to wake you up and get you moving. Then we've got Juglans Regia extract, 250 milligrams. Now this is kind of, it can be exciting when you see it in pre-workouts because it can allude to DMHA-esque results in terms of heightened drive, focus, euphoria. You know, you just feel on top of the world on this stuff. So, well, let's talk about it. So, Juglans Regia extract can either be used as a cover for actual synthetic DMHA, or it can just actually straight up be Juglans Regia, the real natural ingredient. But then when we go down that route, it also depends on the potency and the purity of the ingredient. So if obviously you've got a good purity of it, it can come through quite well. If you get a poor source of it, it can come through quite poorly. So it's one of those ingredients that can vastly determine the pre-workout's effects depending on what route the company's going down with it. So obviously it's in here at a pretty substantial dose. So if it comes together, whether it's a synthetic form and it's a cover-up of Juglans, or it is actual Juglans Regia, but a good source, either way we should be looking at increased drive, focus, concentration, and ultimately getting shit done in the gym. Then we've got grapeseed extract at 200 milligrams, which is rich in antioxidants. Obviously it's going to help to fight free radicals, anti-inflammation benefits, and it's going to help with your blood flow and pumps and cardiovascular endurance, all that good stuff. Then we're wrapping off with black pepper extract at 10 milligrams, which is double the amount we normally see. That's going to help to get all this through you as quickly and efficiently as possible. So it's quite a short label, you know, it's not got too much fluff to it. It's pretty much like, here's your pumps, here's your bit of endurance, here's your stimulants, and here's your nootropics. Get on with it. So let's see if that's going to be enough to cut it in the gym, or if they needed to add more. You know, let's find out together. Okay, let's talk real world effects with EXP2 pre-workout. In the several times I've used it, most notably today I used it for a leg day, and it was one of those long ones that goes on for like nearly 2 hours. But anyway, let's start from the beginning like we always do with that beta-alanine, and I'll just say this, it kicks in hella strong, like honestly 9 out of 10 on the tingle scale. I was itching me bunts off for like 5-10 minutes, and it really did set the scene for that sense of urgency to get your ass moving. And then shortly after that, to be honest, half an hour after you finish drinking it, you feel the stims and the focus elements all starting to kick in. Now, I'm going to cut to the chase with this one. That Juglans Regia, I think, is legit. It literally feels like DMHA, to be honest with you. So I'm not to accuse the company of anything, of course, but if I was to guesstimate, I would say it is just straight up synthetic DMHA in there. Dose-wise, to me, it feels like 150 milligrams of synthetic DMHA. So if you know how that feels and you like that, this is what you're going to get from that sort of standpoint with this pre-workout. So straight away, if you're in the market for that sort of thing, especially if you're in the UK, you know, Shapeshifter Nutrition, thumbs up, because yeah, it's not a bunk one, guys. It gets the job done. And I would say it's a sweet spot amount of DMHA as well in terms of the feels of it. It's not so strong that it leaves you off your rocker, you know, it doesn't ruin the rest of your day, it doesn't leave you lightheaded, nothing crazy. You get the benefits from it in terms of the slight floatiness and euphoric feeling, but more so the dialed in, get shit done, right, let's get cracking mindset that it puts you in. And I would say the only thing that matches that is the energy, but it's very smooth and consistent. It's not an erratic energy, it's not an unhealthy amount of energy, it's all very much usable. So yeah, I would say you feel it in terms of the energy and the DMHA-esque feeling for about 2 to 3 hours, and then it kind of weans off on the other side. And I wouldn't say there's a crash, but you do train hard on this stuff, so you do get that sort of mellowed out post-gym feeling after you've hit the weights on it.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
So for me, this is exactly what I would want from a DMHA style pre-workout. All of the positives with very minimal negatives. Because some of them, yeah, great, they take you to the moon, but then coming down the other side of that isn't too much fun, is it? You know, you appetite suppressed, feeling ill, can't sleep, you know, yada, yada, yada. This one, that sort of thing is minimal. There is some slight appetite suppression. You do get thirsty on it, but again, these are things that just comes with the territory of those more illicit stimulants. So, you know, it's down to you if you want to take that on board or not. So yeah, the energy and the focus and the euphoria and everything like that, it feels amazing. Like, you train hard and heavy, you almost don't feel the weight. It's one of those ones where the pre-workout's telling you, go on bro, add another plate, add another plate, add another plate. You think you're invincible on it, and by the end of the gym session, you are pumped up to feckery. Honestly, you feel, yeah, it's good stuff. And that leads me actually onto the pumps. I mean, you know, there's only L-citrulline in here for pumps really, when we're really getting down to brass tacks, at a mediocre dose of 4 grams. But I'd say it's enough to set the scene and set you off in the right direction. It's one of those ones where you do actually build up the pumps primarily through that absolute hardcore work ethic that it puts you, you know, that it gets you putting in the gym, should I say. So yeah, I really can't fault this pre-workout. Energy and focus top tier. Pumps on label, poor, but in reality, due to the stimulatory effect, decent. Minimal side effects, like I've mentioned. Extremely well priced. If you're in the UK, I do think it's a no-brainer. I think it's one of those ones we're going to have to put in the buy it immediately category if you want something like this. Obviously, for a beginner, no, it won't be suitable. If you're an intermediate, probably still not suitable. If you're an advanced user, you know, you'll be absolutely fine. If you want to dip your toes into what I would consider an entry to mid-level Stim Junkie experience, then this one would be the one for you. And you know what? Because you get 30 servings, we don't often recommend this. Well, we never recommend it. But if you wanted to be a bit cheeky, you could, you know, give yourself a heap scoop and you could knock up the gram, you know, the serving amount to sort of 13, 14, 15 grams and increase that euphoric DMHA effect by X amount. But like I said, we do not recommend that. It's just something that you could perhaps toy the idea with if you used to pick up this and you wanted to step it into that next level. But on the serving amount alone, do not get me wrong, guys, it is more than enough. But it is a slippery slope. Like I said, if you want more of those hardcore stimulant illicit effects, it comes with the other side of the coin of those negative effects that can come with it. So it's just about balance, like all things in life, isn't it? So yeah, I think I've covered everything, guys. It's a buy it high stim pre-workout. Head over to Shapeshifter Nutrition now if you're interested and click that buy button. But yeah, let us know if you've used it. Let us know what you think of this review. Let us know what else you want to see us review on the channel. All of the usuals. And as always, stay stimmed. We know you will.